finally got around to taking the brakes off, so took off the caliper, took off the disc, and there's a drum, as you can see, inside of the disc. And I've adjusted it out a little bit, so now the handbrakes are actually functioning. Because yeah, handbrake was on full pull, but we didn't have any handbrake left in here, but this thing's adjusted out to about there. So there's heaps of room in here for adjustment. I've done that. Well, I got the rotors off. I'm going to paint them just black around the edges mainly because they looked a bit shitty. Just with heat-proof paint. Obviously I'm going to paint my wheel nuts as well because they got a bit of overspray on them actually when I sprayed the car. And then the actual calipers, I'm going to paint those blue because I've got some blue caliper paint there. Because I've kind of deleted all red from the car and there's blue interior. So there you go, that's just one coat, and that's before and after. As you can see, it's black. Makes a big difference. Yeah, so I did take there, even though if there was paint on there, the brake it'd slowly wear off, but rather not have paint all over my calipers, all over my discs. So just doing the calipers, I got them on the jack stand, taped up the little rubbery bits, and the bolt at the back where the actual oil goes in. So just doing the calipers now. As you can see, I've taped up the bits that I want painted. I've painted the center hub there, that little center bit there, black on both sides, so that's already painted. So now I'm just going to move on to this guy and just do some light coats of blue. Those are both done, and all 8 lug nuts. The caliper's painted. Now the camera is making it look a little bit brighter than it is in person. It's a little bit darker shade than it does look on camera. But that's as painted. I took the pads out of them when I painted them. Here's the amplifier I'll be fitting into the Corona to run the two 8-inch subs, the two Rockfords. So it's an XC2110. It's a tiny little clarion. I've already got it out here for you. Anyway, you can see the size of the amp. Really little amp. Does 300 RMS at 2 ohm, which is what I'll be running it at. And see, the reason I'm doing this is obviously it's lightweight. Doesn't really weigh much. And I sell these and fit these every day at the place I work at, and they're great. They're actually very powerful amps. For the 300 they're rated at, they actually are really efficient amps. We've been surprised by how good these little amps are. Just going to run the 8 gauge for the amplifier. I'm also going to just tidy up my cables that I have here. But not that they're super messy. I'm just going to put some of the split tube on the rest of the 8 gauge and 4 gauge just there. But as you can see, the lighting's actually, it's not too bad, but I just want to give this a go. This is my new Milwaukee under hood light. And as you can see, she just hooks onto the bonnet, has nice soft rubber on the insides, and you just turn her on and she lights up my engine bay just like that, which is freaking great. Look at that. So this is really good. How much, and as I said, it's middle of the day, so the amount of difference that makes is quite surprising. So there's without, and there's with it. Alright, so mounted the fuse in the front, ran the 8 gauge, haven't split tubed yet, I've just ran it, ran the RCAs and the 8 gauge all the way through the car, just obviously up through the Honda seat, etc. And now we're through to the back, mounted the amp there on the side, so that's it just there. The carpet actually covers up over it pretty good, even though it's on the outside of that. I wanted it on the outside because I'm going to be adjusting this a few times because I'll be doing a few different setups. So I'm going to whack the radiator in here for now, temporary. Then I'll be adjusting it when I do the 8s or whatever. So I just put it there because it's easier. I used a factory earth spot right underneath it, and excess cables just tied up there. Might just put a little bit of dynamite over the cable to hold it up against it, and then I'll put the carpet back in. Got the amp installed today, and I got these back brakes in. So that looks pretty good actually. So I got the blue caliper and the black on the hub there, black center, new black, clean black bolts and everything. So that cleans it up a fair bit. I still got to polish those wheels up, but that's cool. Versus that. That's how it kind of looked pretty much. A bit dirty looking, run down, shitty looking red brake. Alright, and that's the front rotors now, painted, as you can see. Obviously there's a little bit of overspray in that, but obviously that gets braked off when I brake. 2 of the pads had a little bit of red overspray because they obviously were red brakes, and I just painted the nuts as well. And then we come over here to the brake. It looks really nice. So big blue brakes. Again, camera makes it a little bit brighter than it is. It's actually a bit darker than that. And also did the hub as well in the black. So these have been setting now for about 4 hours, so these are pretty much workable. While I had it off, I cleaned it all up too, so it's all nice and clean and free spinning. And as you can hear, no gritty sounds or anything. When I took it off, it was a bit gritty sounding. So cleaned up all the gross freaking thick brake dust shit that was all over it. So you can have some nice looking brakes. Blues are a bit different, but you don't actually see the springs anyway. And there we have, I just finally lowered the car down. Painted calipers, blue ones in the front, plus the disc. Obviously I painted the hub of it there, just black. So I think that looks a bit better than the red brakes.